For the Utah Jazz, who come into tonight and just absolutely impressed in every aspect. And then the game ends perfectly for what's best for the Utah Jazz long term. Let's talk about the Jazz, the Spurs, Wembanyama, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper. Hoops Nerd Show! All right, guys. So the Utah Jazz lose to the San Antonio Spurs. Feels like a win because they lost the game, but they absolutely had an incredible night. They lose to the San Antonio Spurs after just playing toe to toe and at times looking like the better team. It was incredible. Obviously, big shout out to the San Antonio Spurs who pull away late, which is obviously good for them. They're in the playoff hunt. So let's just talk a little Spurs and then we'll talk the Jazz. So let me boost this a little bit just so it's a little bigger. Obviously, when you talk Spurs, you're going to talk Victor Wembanyama, and he played great. He's just such a dominant force. His blocks are there's no one that blocks shots quite like Victor Wembanyama. He's just fantastic. So great stuff for Victor Wembanyama tonight. 26 and 13 with 3 assists and 5 blocks. He's just special. It's just a fact. Now, Utah did pretty darn well against this Spurs team. Look, Harrison Barnes -5. The starting unit really pulled away late. That's why you see these plus minuses. But this game was close all the way through, like midway, even with like 7, 8 minutes left, and then you give credit to the Spurs for pulling away. But Utah was close, and I have to say, De'Aaron Fox was absolutely a monster tonight. 31 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. He was 10 for 13 from the field, and a very nice 6 for 9 from 3. He was just hitting threes like crazy. Really, he was the difference in this game, because if there's no De'Aaron Fox, Utah did well. Look, Stephon Castle, 4 for 12 from the field. I have to say, for Utah, outside of De'Aaron Fox and, Victor Wembanyama had his moments tonight where he was extremely good offensively. But I felt like the Jazz defended in this one about as well as they ever have. I mean, this Spurs team is unbelievable. And so just impressive stuff from the Utah Jazz tonight against this Spurs team. Dylan Harper, 1 for 3, 4 points. Interesting when Ace Bailey had such a fantastic night. Pretty interesting stuff. All right, so let's talk about the Utah Jazz. This was great. This was perfect. I had so much fun last game. The Jazz beat the Wolves. Then they go against this San Antonio Spurs team, and honestly, I even tweeted from the SLC Dunk account, like, are we really crowning this Spurs team as title contender? I don't know, because this Jazz team plays pretty well against them. Anyways, Lauri Markkanen out again. According to Zach Lowe, the sickness is very real. And so that gives Ace Bailey a lot more opportunity. And what's really nice about the last 3-4 games, however much it's been with Lauri Markkanen out, is that Ace Bailey has taken complete advantage and looks great. I mean, he's just playing completely off the ball, although he's doing a little bit more. The last 2 games before this one, he had been given more on-ball opportunities to run the offense, or not necessarily run the offense, but at least as a secondary option to initiate plays and initiate pick and rolls, initiate dribble handoffs and things. And he's been doing really well. He is just, and maybe it was last game. Sorry, guys. But it's almost like what happened with Cody Williams happened with Ace Bailey, that he's like, oh, you know what I can do? I can dunk on you. I can dunk on anyone. And that's what he's doing. We saw that just incredible dunk tonight from Cody Williams. But then we're just getting dunk after dunk after dunk from Ace Bailey, and he knows that he can dunk on you. It's incredible. I mean, look how many dunk shots he had tonight. And he's playing off the ball. Doggone it, NBA. Get your stuff together. What? Don't tell me it's available and then not have it available. Oh, my heck. Well, anyways, so many of his shots were dunks tonight, whether it was cutting to the basket, whether it was him, mostly just, cutting to the basket. And what's going to be exciting is he's getting better with that handle. He's figuring out how to handle the ball, and then get to the basket. And when he's doing it, it's being very successful. And when he gets better with that handle and figures out lanes and figures out how to get to that basket more often, it's going to be even better. But look at this. 11 for 16 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3. That's good enough that it makes me want to check the overall three-point percentage for him, because we know the Nationals who don't watch are going to look at this. But that bumps him to 34.4. He's at 44% from the field, just raw number-wise. It's going really well. Really well. Pretty darn excited about what we're seeing. He is hitting his shots, and on top of that, he's defending. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, only 2 turnovers. It's just coming together really nicely for Ace Bailey, and this is just the baseline. He's only going to get better. Can he get better just handles? Can he figure out some different elements to his game? He's going to figure some things out and really become a weapon for this Jazz team as they move forward. They have such an exciting team for next year. It's hard not to be super excited about what we're seeing. But yeah, 68% from the field, 66% from 3, probably his best. I think it's a career night. 25 points, best offensive night from Ace Bailey of his career. He just couldn't miss. He did a little bit of everything. The mid-range pull-up, cutting off the ball, pull-up from 3, catch and shoot 3, dunks, alley-oops. It was great. Just a really nice night from Ace Bailey, who also rebounds the ball well. And just really nice. Oh, I'm so sorry. Just really nice stuff from Ace Bailey overall. Cody Williams continues to just be a real contributor for this Jazz team. 1 for 2 from 3, 5 for 9 from the field. Were there mistakes tonight? Absolutely. But this is the most consistent minutes Cody Williams has had of his career, and he's taking advantage and putting up nice numbers. 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. This 7 rebounds is pretty darn exciting. One of the reasons why I think this Jazz team is just immediately going to be good next year offense. I think the Jazz, my prediction next year is top 10 offense, and I think they're going to move to like number 18 defensively. That's kind of my bet for next year. And part of the reason why I think they'll be a top 10 offense, not only do they shoot the ball well, they have just an absolute budding superstar in Keonte George. Lauri Markkanen is going to be able to play completely off the ball, which is his comfort zone, and at the 4, because I think you can move Ace Bailey to the 2 or the 3, depending on who they draft, especially when I think that, yes, this Utah Jazz team very much, I think, can win the lottery. I think it's going to happen, guys. I'm really feeling it. I really hope so. But anyways, the reason I think it's going to be top 10 offense is because when you have Ace Bailey rebounding like he does, Cody Williams rebounding, Yusuf Nurkic, who knows if he's on the team next year? I would love to have it, I would love to have Yusuf Nurkic as the backup center next year. Keonte George, who rebounds pretty well for a guard, 4 rebounds tonight, 5 assists, just does a lot of different things. When you have those guys with that athleticism and size crashing the boards, that is the thing that is creating great offense for the Jazz now. That is the thing. And it's exciting. It's fun to watch, but it's the thing that is going to help this Jazz team be even more efficient. They are getting to the line. They are scoring from 3. They are going toe-to-toe. Like this Jazz team, yes, they lost tonight, but they were in this game, and then the Spurs had that just really fast 10-point run midway through the 4th, whatever the time frame was, I can't remember. But Utah was unafraid and stuck with them and was in the lead for multiple parts of this game. And you just got to be excited about what we're seeing. And they're just going to be better next year. Lauri Markkanen's going to play. I'm guessing Walker Kessler is going to be re-signed. They're going to get another draft pick. Going to be a good player. This is a great draft. And if Utah wins the lottery, it's going to be potential superstar. And so just exciting stuff. But the fact that Utah can crash these boards, I mean, that's what's fun is if Utah ends up with Cam Boozer or AJ DeBonsa, the offensive rebounding is going to be nuts. Just nuts, especially with DeBonsa. In my opinion, DeBonsa, well, Cam Boozer as well, but Cam Boozer's more kind of very specifically in that 4 spot. We'll see how he kind of does. Really exciting stuff. Yusuf Nurkic, second triple-double in a row. All he does is get triple-doubles. It's hilarious. Utah, one of the teams that had the fewest triple-doubles for the longest time. Now they have Yusuf Nurkic get 2 in a row. It's pretty hilarious. I mean, Karl Malone had 3 on that one. I think there was a graphic on Twitter. 3. And now Yusuf Nurkic has almost tied Karl Malone for his spot. I mean, the Pistol Pete is the leader of triple-doubles for the Utah Jazz. He's got like 7. And so Yusuf Nurkic is on his way to catching Pistol Pete, which is hilarious. And it really fits with what Will Hardy's offense does. He really does seem to like having a center up top. Even like that season with Kelly Olynyk, they did it. But having that center up top that can hit cutters, shoot threes, and rebound. It's why Walker Kessler's, we've got to see what he kind of turns into, because they kind of did some of that stuff with Walker Kessler, and all of a sudden he was having a big season. So we'll see if Walker Kessler can replicate what Nurkic is doing. You hope so, because Kessler is such a good rim protector, and we'll see. And if he can knock down threes consistently, then things get pretty exciting for Utah. Really exciting. But for Nurkic to do 2 triple-doubles in a row, he goes 17 points, 14 assists, 11 rebounds. It feels like the Jazz have just kind of rejuvenated his career. He plays at a high level. He's playing 34 minutes a night. It's pretty amazing stuff. And he does well against Wembanyama because Nurkic uses his size really well. He is unafraid to back down the opposing big. It's pretty great. Pretty darn great. And so nice to see that happening. You know what, guys? What's exciting is I think I've got it set up that we're streaming on Twitch right now. I think so. If you want to follow me on Twitch, it's Hoops Nerd. But I don't know if the video is showing. I don't know. This stream manager doesn't seem to be showing it. I don't know. And I don't want to pull up Twitch and ruin the sound. Anyways, really nice to see that from Nurkic. It's pretty amazing. He's doing what he's doing. Will Hardy's a great coach. We're lucky to have him. He's really good. The question will be next year, how well can Utah do defensively? That's the big question. My monitor is going crazy. All right, Svi Mikhailiuk. 4 for 5 from the field. He's one of those, he quietly just contributes. I'm kind of surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a team out there that does offer Utah something for Svi Mikhailiuk, because he's just been playing great. Look at these numbers. I mean, the guy just hits shots. He just plays completely off the ball, is not worried about getting a ton of shots, but when he takes them, he's making them. Shooting 38% from 3. He's just a high-level shooter, and when he's open, it really does feel like it's just going in. Tonight, 4 for 5 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, 1 assist, 1 rebound. Pretty good stuff in 18 minutes. Nice to see. Keonte George, I tell you what, 46% from the field. It's just, at this point, this is the sign of a star, because he's just consistently putting up great numbers every night. Let's just go to Basketball Reference and look at Keonte George. There's got to be some streaks going here that are really pretty darn impressive. So let's go to 25-26. So he scored 23 points tonight, but let's just look at streaks. So let's see. Game 1, he scored 16. He's just consistently scored at a high level, but the last time he had less than 20 points was like 4 games ago against Dallas. He had 17. That was a back end of a back-to-back. He had that game against Charlotte. Oh, that was that loss. I didn't see that game, actually. I was out. He is just consistently putting up these big numbers. Look at this streak he had. 39, 37, 34, 20, 24, 31, 28, 37, 22. Just crazy production. It's to the point now when he scores 20. I mean, last game, 43. The game before, 30. The game before, 29. 17 against Dallas. This was a back end of a back-to-back, I believe. Let's see, what's the date? Yep, 14th, and then the next time, 15th. That was flying overnight, back into a back-to-back in Dallas. And the Dallas fans had the audacity to call the Jazz shameful. They don't listen to the wicked, okay? Dallas fans are the wicked. Do not listen to the wicked. They do not know. But anyways, Keonte George has been just fantastic. Tonight, just a ho-hum. 23 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 4 rebounds. Just puts up numbers every single night, stuffing the stat sheet, 1 block, and only 1 turnover as the lead guard. Right? Just amazing. It's really phenomenal stuff. Let's see. Let's talk about Kyle Filipowski a little bit. He's been playing better lately. 2 for 4 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3. The broadcast mentioned it. He is kind of a tank commander if he's at the center, but at the power forward, I think he does actually play better, and I think his defense can actually be passable. When he's playing center, it's horrible. But at the power forward is when things kind of work. And so it's nice to see him tonight just to have a better night overall. Kevin Love in 13 minutes was perfect from 3, 1 for 1. Played pretty solid. He banged knees, and I think that was kind of the end of his night. But pretty solid stuff from Kevin Love. Every single time he plays, he's doing pretty well. He's getting a lot of rest, but when he's in the game, he is doing pretty well. Isaiah Collier, 3 for 8 from the field. I would just say at this point that Collier is just a solid, productive guard. I don't know if he's elite. I don't know if he's a guy that's going to really move the needle all that much, but I'm happy to have him on the Jazz for a long time because as a backup guard, he's fine. The production is pretty solid, and if he's hitting these threes, he's been hitting the threes. Look at that, 1 for 2 tonight. That 3 he hit was with someone right in his face. I think it was, forgot his name. He's the player from England, but he had the pink hair tonight. But anyways, 25 for Sohan. Anyways, he is shooting 33%. This was at 37 at one point. I think after tonight, this will go up a little bit. He's not taking a ton, but he's hitting them at a pretty consistent enough basis that it makes me think that he can become pretty decent at it. If he hits threes at 36%, then you've got to be pretty ecstatic because the passing is solid. Now, is he perfect as a defender? No. He's got some things to do, but I do like that there is intensity there. And that's it. I'm happy to have Isaiah Collier on the team. It's just a nice option to have, nice depth. Bryce Sensabaugh has slipped into pretty tough territory. 0 for 6 tonight, minus 12 off the bench. That's kind of crazy that Walter Clayton minus 24. Look at that. That's pretty wild. But that matches the minus 21 for Ace and the minus 21 for Yusuf Nurkic, I guess. And we talk about how Nurkic played well. So this is the Wembanyama effect, I guess. But yeah, Bryce Sensabaugh doing well. Not doing well. Not bad. Slipped back into becoming kind of like a subpar player. And we'll have to watch that. That's been kind of the thing of his career so far is just it's either hot or cold. There's not a lot of consistency there, which is, too bad. It would be nice to see some consistency there is what I'm trying to say. And defensively as well. But you know what? At this point, let's play him. If this helps the Jazz get Darren Peterson, then I'm happy. By the way, that's my top pick at this point. I think DeBonsa for me might be 2. Although Cam Boozer, I was dropping on him. I think maybe he's at 2 for me again. It's just hard to ignore the numbers. I just have a feeling he is a 4 and that's it. And he kind of has to play a specific way. But he can hit threes at a high rate. He's a great passer. His offensive game is just extremely versatile. He can do everything. And he would probably step onto this Jazz team. And he's the kind of guy that'll probably win the Rookie of the Year, to be honest, just with the consistency. But I think Darren Peterson for me is number 1. He's just absolutely bonkers how good he is. And if you can put a team of Key, and we do this every night. I just like to dream, guys. Sorry. Key, DP, Darren Peterson, Ace Bailey, Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler, maybe Nurkic off the bench or someone else. You go out and get a free agent. Austin Reeves, come off the bench. That's a pretty darn good team. And I think that team defends pretty darn well. I mean, pretty darn well. Well, I don't know if pretty darn well, but if they can be top 15 defensively, then you're looking at something pretty special. Yeah, Walter Clayton, I don't know, minus 24, I guess that's pretty rough. But 2 for 5 from the field, you'll take it. He played 24 minutes. I don't know. I don't really know what to take from that. I didn't mind him on the floor, but he didn't really impact the game all that much. So that's probably all the take I really have on that. Pretty nice. I think that's everything tonight, guys. I mean, it was a loss. It was a good loss, though. Not all losses are created equal, and this was a good one because the young guys are playing well. You've got to be excited about Ace Bailey, Keonte George, Cody Williams, who's defending. Oh, by the way, I think I'm going to call Cody Williams the D&D because he defends and dunks. That's what he does. That dunk tonight that Cody Williams had. Did I forget to talk about Cody Williams? Oh, no, we talked about it a little bit, but 12 points, 7 rebounds. It's exciting stuff. And then 3 assists. He had some mistakes tonight. The turnover he had was bad. But, I mean, he's just playing so much better, and he's turned himself into a rotation player where you have to consider him part of the future. And I'll be honest, I'll take Cody Williams over Isaiah Collier and over Walter Clayton. And, you know, he's someone that I want on the team because he defends. He's unselfish, passes the ball. He's hitting his threes more and more. In fact, where are we at 3-point wise with Cody Williams? It's going up. It was putrid. This will go up, but he's starting to hit him at a higher rate. I'm pretty excited about what we're seeing from Cody Williams, guys. It's time to get excited because that pick turned out. And if Taylor Hendricks pans out, it's not going great right now. But if that pick pans out as well, and he's a guy that you do not give up on 100%, not giving up on him, that's for sure, then things can get pretty exciting for this Jazz team. With their ability to shoot, their ability to defend, the passing, the offensive rebounding, and so on. Exciting stuff. I think Taylor Hendricks is a 4, maybe a 5 at times. I think he kind of has to be a 5 to really turn into something really special, but we haven't seen him be able to do that just yet. I think I talked about it before, but I think that is all. Let's see if this comes up. All right, let's knock that down a little bit so it's not so loud. I don't know. How many, do we got anyone on Twitch? No. Go follow me on Twitch, guys, if you got a Twitch account. I don't know. I figured I'd put it up because why not? If we're going live, let's go live on all of them. Whatever. I prefer the YouTube, though. My preferred one that you watch is YouTube. All right. Let's see. So Utah is firmly in that 6th spot. Very nice to see. They're kind of solidifying their spot here. I am still hopeful at like the 4th spot. I'm still hopeful. We got to lose to New Orleans 3 times, but I think we can. All right. If the lottery was today, what would happen? Utah stays at 6. I'll take it. That's a pretty good outcome. That gives Utah the choice of Nate Ament, Mikel Brand. Ament has been doing better. He would be a really interesting prospect. I like that, actually. Nate Ament, guys. All right, let's give a shout out to the All-Stars. Let's give a shout out to See Ya, Lexa Later, Ryan Perry, the legend, the naming king, baby. Jace is the ace. Garner, Steve Areno, Stusser, Let Him Cook, Sturdy Pots, Ezekiel Ricibe, the man from down under, Tyson Price, the price is right, Jordan the Goat, Besserell, Christian House, Money to Haas, Robert Hall of Fame, Arcs Poetica, Austin R. Grant, editor extraordinaire, Kiefer 3 at PG, the OG, and Patrick Akubo, the connoisseur. Guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Things are going extremely well. I think they're going to win the lottery. I have hope. I hope. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys. I will